All right, assuming you have mastered the intro, you are all masters of it. Now we're going to look at the verse. So the first verse is up here on the board. And as you can see, the first line is the pattern we already know. So that's awesome. Then the second line starts with the pattern we already know, and the first ending continues it. Now you see this little one with the line over top? This is called a first ending. Why composers do this? It might be just to save ink, who knows? But what it means is we're going to have a repeat. So if you see over here at the very end, the thing with the two dots, and here's the other bookend of it with the two dots. That's where we repeat back to. So once we've played, when we read music, it's just like reading English. So we go left to right from the top line down. So we read all the way along here, and then we read all the way along here until we get to the repeat sign. Then we go back, and we play all the way along here, and then we play all the way until we get to the number one. Now we're not going to play the number one again because it's the first ending, and it's not our first time through the song. So this, we pretend it doesn't exist the second time, and we go to the second ending, which is something different. One way you can remember it, and I know this is kind of goofy, and you may have seen it before, but if it's just like reading English, we say the words I and like, and we're going to make that our first measure. Here's our first ending. To eat. So that's a good sentence. I like to eat. But there's a repeat, so we go back. I like puppies. This is a terrible marker. Puppies. I like, second ending, puppies. I know it looks like it says I like to eat puppies, but that's only if you read it incorrectly. If you read it, I like to eat, and take the first ending and go back. I like, skip the first ending, puppies. It's two sentences. So that's how first and second endings work. So we already know how to play the part with the first ending, so I'm going to go over with you instead the chorus. Now the rhythm here changes. These are eighth notes, or TTs, right? So two of those for each of these. So if we were going this fast before, which was probably really quick, right? Eighth notes would be, so they're quite a bit quicker. So again, let's look and see where we have to move and where we don't, because we want to make our life easier. The right hand, our right hand is going to be on the G, so that's not going to move. Our left hand at the end of it, though, is going to be on a D. So we are going to have to move that up to the E. So it starts with eighth notes. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so there's 8 of them. So those are G's and E's. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then we move both mallets up one step to F and A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's all it is. So the second ending, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So take some time now, have one person do it and then the next. And then if you have time, which I'll be surprised if you do, you can try and play through the whole first verse, right? So we start at the top. We should have this pretty much memorized by now because we've been doing it all class. That's my first line, right? So then I would go on to the second line. So remember though, when you're playing, to be following along in the music so you don't get lost. Amazing. Looking forward to seeing and hearing you guys next class.